Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we're doing a makeup inventory. We kind of wanted to do these like once every few months just because we are constantly buying and getting rid of makeup, and so we kind of want to see what all we can use up, and we will be going on another either very low buy or no buy soon, just because we're moving. So
yeah, I know last time even though it wasn't a successful no buy per se,
we did way better.
We did way better than we ever have in the past, and all I'm looking for is financial awareness and improvement, and that's what we got. So I'm fine with that. But this time it's probably going to be a little more strict because we will be dropping
thousands of dollars.
Chunk of change on a home, so
tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, so anyway, I guess we'll just get into the inventory. So as far as primers go, like face primers, we have 7. These categories kind of vary a little bit because like our Hollywood Flawless filter, even though that is kind of a multi-purpose product, it's a cream highlight and that kind of thing, we're counting it as a primer because that's the main use that we have for it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And keep in mind for like foundations and concealers, there's 2 of us. So, but we're just counting it all in one because that's just how we film and that's just how we are at this point. So that's what we're doing. We have 2 eye primers. One is a concealer. Oh, I think I counted that in the concealers too. Whatever. One is a concealer and one is the MAC Painterly Pink Pot. That is way down from what we did have. We had like 50 eye primers. So
for God knows whatever reason.
Thank God. But yeah, we have 2 eye primers technically.
Yeah, for foundations in total we have 12 together. I wonder how many, let's see. You did.
Yeah, so that's an even split, 6 of us, or 6 each.
6 and 6. For concealers we have 9 total. So pretty much 8 since I counted in the eye primer category too, but whatever, we're just gonna leave it at 9.
These numbers are a little wishy-washy because our counting skills leave something to be desired.
Yeah, I mean, if you watch our 2020 Project Pan, you would know that.
So we can never count.
But yeah, we have 8 or 9 concealers depending on how you want to look at it. Most of them are newer, so that's a good sign. Like, we don't have a ton of like super old concealers like we once did. So I grabbed like the e.l.f. Camo Concealer recently, and then 2 of them are lighter ColourPop concealers that I like to use to lighten. So we've got, I'm good on the concealer front.
I'm happy with our base product numbers for the most part. They seem okay, besides maybe cream blush was a little high. Anyway, for powder bronzers, we're counting powder bronzers as like single bronzers rather than things in palettes. So that'll be a whole separate category, but we only have 2. We have the Laura Geller Baked Body Frosting and the Makeup Revolution Bronzer Reloaded.
We used up a ton of bronzers
we used up a lot of bronzers last year, which was really nice because we used to have like, what, 8 or 9 bronzers?
Oh, we had so many bronzers.
So yeah, we only have 2 individual bronzers.
So for contour / bronzer palettes, we have 4. Overall, I'm not upset at that number. We've got like the Dior contour palette and then the BH bronzer palette, which I just got.
Yeah, this one is a bronzer and highlight palette, but we're just kind of considering it a bronzer palette because we don't. I don't want to have to split things. It would just be too confusing. So there are 3 highlighters in here, but we're just calling this a bronzer palette.
And then we've got like one that we got a BoxyCharm and stuff like that. So we've kind of condensed that. I forgot to count your Natasha one.
Yeah, that one will be decluttered after I finish out the cream bronzer anyway, so I'm fine with not counting that.
Okay, cool.
So technically 5. As far as cream bronzers, we have 4. So we have, I guess we're just counting like the ones from Salt New York. There's a cream contour and a cream bronzer.
Oh, fun fact, they reached out and gave us a code.
We have a code with them. So
Twintorials 30.
You get 30% off bundles. So that basically a bundle would be this 4 or more in their palettes. But we just counted these as 1 just because it's in like a palette. And then we have like Huda Tantour, Milk Makeup,
and then an
LA Girl concealer. So I didn't count the one in my Natasha palette, but that'll be gone here soon anyway, so it doesn't matter.
For individual powder blushes, we have 7. Number that could go down, but you know what? It's much better than it was at the beginning of this year, so I can't complain too heavily. We do love blush. We like fun blushes, so you know, 7 is okay on the powder blush front for just singles. I mean, once we get into palettes, it's a little
Once we get into palettes and the creams, it gets to be a little overkill, but whatever. For blush palettes, we have 7.
including Natasha Denona.
So yeah, we have a couple from Natasha Denona,
Alamar
Cosmetics, Smashbox, Cali Kissed, or whatever that's called. We have one from Nabla. Most of them, these numbers will change because before we move, we probably will end up doing like a pretty brutal declutter, just so we can really limit what we get. We want to, for one, I don't know what's in the water this month, but we've been getting like reached out to by quite a few brands, like have had some good opportunities come to us. Like when we saw that Salt New York followed us, we screamed, and then I opened my phone and they sent us a message and I said, yeah. Like, I about died. So I don't know what's in the water, but I do want to try and now focus on this as more of like a business platform almost. Like I do want this to be my career at some point. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we don't spend a ton of money on it, and make sure we don't have too much so we can really get through stuff, because we still want to be promoting financial awareness and consciousness and not overspending, overbuying, over-consuming, that kind of thing. So we're trying to find a balance. It's kind of a weird way to be.
It'll be fine, but then if we ever grow to be a little bit bigger, that's when it's gonna be really tough.
Things will be a little more overloaded, I think.
For cream blushes, we have 9. It's a little much, but
2 of them are lipsticks.
Lipsticks are in there that we don't really use on our lips, so we put them in the cream blush category. Some of them are my nude sticks, some of them are milk makeup, that kind of thing. It's pretty high, but we do use cream blush a lot. I do like having a variety in the colors of my cream blushes, so it is high, but it'll be okay. We'll move on. I think we technically have more if you count like my Natasha palette, but I didn't.
Yeah, and I guess that, well, that falls in the blush palette, so
whatever.
We're doing our best. We're doing what we can. Let's see. For single highlighters, we have 8. So that's not bad at all compared to where we were. We had
probably like
I'll link
20 something.
I'll link one of our last videos in the eye that we filmed about like our makeup inventory. It wasn't a makeup inventory video, but it was like our collection kind of thing, like an older one. We had so many freaking highlighters. We had a whole bucket of highlighters, literally. This bucket was filled with highlighters. Filled.
Just powder highlighters.
The whole entire thing was filled with highlighters. That is disgusting. So we fixed that shit real quick. So we decluttered a lot. Hopefully we'll be able to go through some more this year. I'm working on a highlight palette right now on one of my project pens, so that's going to take a while. But I hope to go through some stuff for sure.
So for cream/liquid highlight, we have 4, I believe. Again, these numbers get wishy-washy. But yeah, we've got a couple like highlight sticks. We've got a liquid like glittery highlight from Cover FX, a Pat McGrath one, some stuff like that. So I'm not too, and an e.l.f. one. I'm not too upset about that amount. That's fine by me having 4. I have a feeling when we move, we're gonna end up decluttering some of them anyway, so it's not gonna be a huge deal. But for liquid/cream highlights, I'm fine with that number. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. Okay, and then the last highlighter category would be our highlighter palettes. Again, that BH one with the highlights and the bronzers is not factored into this. It's strictly highlight palettes. We have 4, so that's not a terrible number, I don't think. I guess
with all of our other powder highlights, it gets to be a bit much. But as far as highlighter palettes go, I'm not mad at that number. It's not bad.
No, it's not terrible.
So for setting sprays, we have 9. We're gonna have 11 here soon because I ordered some more. Here's the thing. We used to, I think we've still got some Fix Plus backups, whatever. Here's the thing. We used to be obsessed with setting spray when we used to powder a little bit more. I still set my face, but I can forget about it and not notice any difference. I mostly like we used to love MAC Fix Plus because it would melt everything in, but now that we don't powder, it's just a spray because there's nothing to melt in.
It feels refreshing, but it's nothing insane really.
So we could just use water, which
we do. We have, so in this bottle, this is the Too Faced Hangover RX bottle, because I love this mister. In here I have hyaluronic acid and water. It's the Neutrogena Hydro Boost body gel lotion. I have like 5 or 6 pumps of that in here with warm water that I mixed up, and now this is my favorite setting spray.
So we recently got this Revolution Sport Fix one, and I really do like it. It's pretty much an all-nighter dupe.
Yeah.
So I ordered a couple more because they had like 5 times the points and stuff the other day at Ulta, and so I was picking up a few things, and I'm like, okay, these are cheap, and I might as well buy my backups while they have a lot of points, so I can have more points to spend on things. And but yeah, this one is really good. This would be the only one I would consider to have a noticeable difference. The rest of them, I just feel they are refreshing and nice. This one I just like. I don't even know if there's a noticeable difference at this point in my life, but I like the feeling
that it locks it in.
that it's locked in.
So for eyeshadow palettes, this number is
about to go up because Be Perfect released their other palette.
This one is also a tricky one because we have a lot of palettes that we have customized. So we depotted and we decluttered a bunch of random shadows in palettes, and then we put them in magnetic palettes. So
like our Natasha Denona palettes.
So for Natasha Denona, because we didn't really declutter any of those shades, we did count those all as individual palettes rather than our big kahuna. But for like we have 2 Z palettes full of like ColourPop, we have some full of like BH Cosmetics, Dominique Cosmetics, like random stuff like that, all assorted in one.
We
those
just counted those
counting as one. So in total,
take a guess.
take a gander.
Let me know. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
56.
57, I have one on the way! So 58 in the next coming month or so.
Oh my god. For some reason, I didn't feel that we had that many. But then we did.
Elf Bite-Sized is in there. So that's a bunch.
A few of those. Yeah, I mean, I'm not happy with that number, but I think we will be downgrading a little more before we move, like I said.
Well, we've got to pan that palette and whatever. That number's big and I don't like it, but at the same time, we also have to look at it from a business standpoint, like Vic was saying. So like certain palettes, we don't use that often, but I would like to have them when we do full faces of affordable makeup and for IGTV and stuff like that. So there are some that we keep not because we still need them in our collection. We still like them for sure. We're not keeping anything we don't like, but we just need to keep them for things like that, for affordable makeup, stuff like that, because we are high-end people when it comes to eyeshadows, and I'm sure that's no shock to you. I'm sure that's no shock to you, but we do like to keep affordable ones that we can throw in there so people have options when watching our videos, because I'm not asking anybody to go out and buy a Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette because some people just can't afford that.
And some people don't want to
spend $125 on a palette, and I understand.
I mean, to me, there's a difference between an abundance of eyeshadow versus an abundance of
foundation.
Because I like to play around with makeup, and not to say that you can't play around with one single palette and use that up, but for foundations, for base products mainly, I find that I can consistently use those and not get bored really. But for eyeshadows, I don't like to do the same look twice. So, so I like having more variety there. And this is not including like our singles and glitters and stuff, which we will get to in a moment.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
It's bad. So for like single kind of shadows, this is like pigments, glitters, liquid glitters, eye toppers, stuff like that.
Like our Kaja stacks, our Super Shocks, all of our pigments, all of that is in here.
So 52, that's the number. That's all I have to say. To be fair, we did get a giant, who's we? Me. I did buy a giant thing of ABH glitters.
Like a fool, might I add. I remember. She said, I want to buy it. I said, how often do you wear glitters? She said, but I could. I said, you won't.
But I bought them anyway.
You won't.
They were on a really good sale, so at least I didn't waste a bunch of money. But there's a lot, and we don't really support ABH anymore, so that's kind of where it becomes kind of a pain, because when filming videos and stuff, I don't necessarily want to show things that I don't support unless I'm actively trying to use it up. But they are nice to have to top off a look, or when I do want to have glitter, that I have options, and we like having some chunkier glitters like our Midas ones.
I find that I gravitate the most as far as like singles for my Super Shocks, the Kaja stacks, and the Midas Cosmetics and the Basic V glitters. Those are my favorite. I have not reached, I tried one of the ABH glitters the other day because I was like, I should probably try to get some use out of these. We might go through and declutter some.
I might end up just asking if anybody wants them, somebody that uses a lot of glitter, because we really don't use them a lot. I might keep a couple of the ones that I really, really like, but we don't use them enough, and I would like to get that number down, especially at the rate I use glitter. If I really need more glitter, I can buy it. Like if I start being a glitter fiend, I can buy more. You can get un-eye-safe glitter on AliExpress for like 99 cents.
Or we can buy more from Midas.
Yeah. So, because they've got some small, finer particles too. So Yeah, that's our number and it's embarrassing, but here we are.
Now we get into the lip category. For liquid lipsticks, we have 7, which isn't bad at all. We don't wear a lot of liquid lipsticks. There's a few that I really like I love our Pixie Bare Beauty liquid lipstick.
I like Dose of Colors and Let's Cuddle. It's very peachy.
And I love my Maybelline Super Stays for a bold lip because those things don't fucking budge. They stick. They are there for the long haul.
For bullet lipsticks, we have 19. That is a big number, and we are actively working to get that down. Lipsticks, we do a lot of declutters in. We do really good at getting rid of a lot of lipsticks that we literally never touch. The only issue is now that we're panning lipsticks, we really don't ever touch any other lipsticks. No. Does anybody know where you can find Ella Enchanted for not $16? This movie was made in 2004 and you're telling me I have to pay $16 to buy it when I can go to Target and buy a DVD for $5.99 if I want to, that was made in 2015.
It's upsetting.
I can rent it for $3.99 on Amazon, so we can rent it, but I want to buy it.
Yeah. Anyway, lip glosses, we have 16. That's a pretty big number. I would like to get that down, but we are actively working on our lipsticks. Like right now, lipsticks and lip glosses anyway. Right now we're each panning a couple of lipsticks. There's 3 in total that should be gone within the next couple of months. And lipsticks can take some time to go through unless you multi-purpose them. So I would, I ordered some actually. I ordered some lipsticks and lip gloss.
Well, again, we'll be doing a declutter, so it'll be fine. And
again, we'll update you on these numbers.
I need various nudes, and I can't lie, I am high maintenance when it comes to my lipsticks.
Like on my lips today, I have a lip liner, I have a lipstick, I have another lipstick, I have 2 lip glosses on. I have 5 lip products on right now for this basic ass nude. For what? I don't know.
Then we have lip liners. We have 18, which is a lot. Lip liners, I have bought a lot trying to find the perfect one, and I found the perfect one. NYX lip liner in brown. I like a couple lighter ones for my concealer nudes without the 90s line, but I would like to get that number down, but at the same time, lip liners are something where I don't spend a lot of money on them. So if I have a NYX lip liner that I bought for $5 on sale in my bin for 2 years and I decide to declutter it, it's not that big of a loss to me.
No, and we don't have a lot of lip liners that are super bold. I think we have 3 or 4 in total, like a couple purple ones, 1 red,
a lot of them are just different
undertone nudes. Yeah, but most of them are just nude lip liners, and we are working on those as well. So as far as eyeliners go, we have 25. That's actually down from what we had recently. So keep into account, let's see, these aren't just pencil liners. We bought these water activated liners. There's what, 8 or 9 of these in total. So there's a good chunk of those. We have a few pencils. We didn't really want to break it down. We did declutter, or throw away really, a few of our cream gel colors from ColourPop. These are apparently discontinued. 4 of them still work okay, or 3? 4. We kept 4 and we got rid of 3, I think, 3 or 4, because they were just dry to the bone, and they have always been dry. We were just trying. We were just trying to use them somehow. We would just like the orange one was horrible. I used the light blue was atrocious.
France was horrible, but the colors were so pretty. I probably shouldn't given our makeup inventory, but I do want to order again the ColourPop pencil liners in the brighter shades, not the neon ones, because the neons played us like a fucking violin. They just broke off and died and dried out, and they were horrible. But I hear like
everybody loves
reviews.
Them. Everyone loves them except us.
So I think I might place like next time I buy something from Ulta, like when I do like a skincare repurchase, that kind of thing, I might pick up a little set of those to test them out again because they're so cheap anyway.
I guess I like the LA Girl ones still. Ours, the 2 that we had broke, so I think I'm gonna get more of those.
Broke in terms of like one of them we lost the lid and the other the bottom broke.
The other one I accidentally broke off the bottom inside the lid. I couldn't put it back on. We had a green and a yellow, and those were pretty good quality, so I wouldn't be against picking up more of those in, like I want a blue for the waterline, because the thing about the water activated ones is you can't put them in your waterline.
They're water activated.
Because they're water activated. So they just, like, I tried one time, I was like, oh, this could work, like a dumbass. And I swear to God, it coated my eyeball. I thought I was gonna go blind. I thought that I had made the biggest mistake of my life, because I blinked and I had hot pink all over my eyeball. And I was like, like,
oh Lord, yeah.
But it came out, it was fine.
But anyway, that is our makeup inventory. We're good to go. Obviously the numbers will fluctuate. I also want to apologize in advance if the camera is still being messy. We are trying to fix it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and I don't know what's going on. We might have to buy a new lens, but I don't want to because we're about to buy a house. I don't want to drop any more money. But it'll be fine. Let me know if you're, like, I know we've got quite a few people that follow us on here and subscribe to us and comment actively that do, like, makeup, whether it be on YouTube or otherwise. I would like to know, like, your eyeshadow palette inventory. I'm really curious about that number because, God, when we counted, I was like, oh. And that's less than we had. That is much less than we used to have. So that's kind of insane. We used to have 2 drawers full and now we only have 1.
It's scary. It's scary to know how far down the hole we fucking went.
We didn't include things like mascaras because we go through those. We don't keep them for years at a time, so it's not a big deal.
We probably could have done a false lash inventory because since we stopped wearing falsies, all of our, like, AliExpress orders that we ordered 5 months ago finally came in the mail, and we just have so many lashes. So whenever we do a giveaway, we'll probably throw a few of those in there because we don't wear them.
Yeah. But anyway, that is our makeup inventory. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on other socials, they're all down below, and we hope to see you in the next video. Bye!